This is a discussion on diverticulosis and diverticulitis, still a part of our series of discussions on gastrointestinal medical surgical conditions. This condition is quite timely nowadays, especially that President Marcos, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, has been diagnosed of diverticulitis. It's important to understand what this condition is, nga naman class. Because when the condition of the President is so serious that renders him incapable, then the Vice President must assume powers. That is in consonance with the wordings of Article 7 of the Philippine Constitution. So seryoso ba gyud ning sakit ni Marcos? Makakos ba ni og temporary incapacity? Well, that is not for me to answer, but for you to understand what the condition really is. Disclaimer, this is not intended to diagnose or to replace medical advice, but merely a discussion for purely academic purposes. Let's begin with saying, asa man idapita ang diverticulosis and diverticulitis? Unsa man ni siyang sakita? Well, this is a sakit affecting the large intestine, specifically our sigmoid colon. Remember, class, that the large intestine is comprised of three different parts. You have the cecum, the colon, and the rectum. However, the colon is further subdivided into different subparts. And these are the ascending, transverse, descending, and the sigmoid. Meaning, kung magtanaw ka sa imuhang large intestine, you would see it this way, no? Ascending, naa kay transverse, naa kay descending, napod kay sigmoid. Ascending, transverse, descending, sigmoid. Now question, if we speak about diverticulosis and diverticulitis, where does this affect? No? It affects most commonly, class, our sigmoid colon. But then again, let me emphasize that diverticulitis or diverticulosis may happen anywhere in the bowel, although most commonly at the sigmoid level. Now, para unsa man day na ang large intestine, sir? Our large intestine, class, is very important in terms of number one, for the reabsorption of water or fluids. Okay? It is responsible for the reabsorption of water and fluids. Meaning to say, kung ang fecal matter or ang food waste stays at the large intestine, then water gets reabsorbed. Some of you might be wondering ngano man jud ko nga constipated man jud ko nga klase sa tao. Let me ask, how often do you defecate? Because mas dugay ka malibang, mas mugahi ang imong fecal matter. Nganong ingon ana man na siya, sir? Take this case, class. Di ba ang imong stool is in the large intestine before it is excreted. And while at the large intestine, water gets absorbed. Suyupon ang yang tubig hangtod nga mauga siya. Meaning to say, if dili ka malibang for 3 days, for example, and for 3 days the stool has been at the level of the large intestine, napakay duga nga nahabilin din ha. Wa na. Sa ato papirti ng ugaha sa imong stool that it could hardly pass through the lumens of the large intestine. So to avoid constipation, everyone must maintain a regular bowel movement. Dili kay malibang lang kung kanus amo tukar ang tiyan. It must be a habit. Okay? Number 2, your large intestine is also responsible for the storage and the excretion of fecal matter. So these are the basic functions of the large intestine. Again, 1, it reabsorbs water, and 2, for the storage and excretion of the fecal matter. Now, having known what the large intestine is, and having been the point of focus in diverticulosis and diverticulitis, unsa man day nahitabo dinha anang sakita. This happens, class, whenever the pressure sa sulod sa tubo, the pressure sa sulod sa large intestine has been so high that it forces weak portions of the muscles to balloon, to outpouch, or to create a sac. Grabe kataas ang pressure sa sulod sa tubo nga kung naay gabok din nga portion sa muscles of the large intestine, muburot siya. Imagine perhaps, class, nag-drive mo og motor or nag-drive mo og sakyanan, unya kay magpahangin man mo sa inyong ligid, gusto man mo nga aron dugay maplat dakuon nako ang pressure, dili man na ingon ana. Because if you give too much pressure to the tires, if nahitabo na ay portion din nga gabok, mubalon to siya or worse, mubutog yun ang tibuok nimong ligid. That is also the case in diverticulosis or diverticulitis. If this is your tubo perhaps, when the pressure increases and there happens to be a weak wall, what happens? It tends to balloon. Okay? Muburot siya because of the increased intraluminal pressure. Taas nga intraluminal pressure. Taas nga pressure sulod sa lumen. Taas nga pressure sulod sa tubo. Mao tong niburot siya kay nataybingan na ay portion sa wall nga weak siya. Now, because niburot naman na siya class, mao na nay atong tawgon karon as diverticula. Okay? This is now a diverticulum single, diverticula plural. Ang usa ka burot is a single diverticulum. Ang plural is diverticula. Okay? You call this as a diverticulum or a diverticula. And the condition of a person having so many diverticula is a condition called diverticulosis. Daghan kag burot-burot, daghan kag bulsa-bulsa diha sa imong tinai. Okay? So as this diverticula or diverticulum, no, kung daghan sila, mahimo siyang diverticulosis nga sakit. Okay? So pareha gud anagod, ang usa ka ubo, okay? Ubo ang tawag. Pero ang sakit ang tawag hubak. Ubo ang sintomas, pero ang sakit TB, for example. Kani siya, diverticula ang sintomas, diverticulum ang sintomas, pero ang sakit, diverticulosis. But diverticulosis class has no symptoms at all. You do not feel that at all. It is there, but you do not even feel that it exists. So you're feeling fine because there's nothing wrong. It only gets to have a problem when a fecal matter gets trapped inside. Kung matrap ang pagkaon or matrap ang fecal matter sa sulod, then that could lead to inflammatory condition and it now becomes diverticulitis, ang sakit ni Marcos. Okay? So the burot, usa ka buok, tawgon na nato siya as diverticula or diverticulum, and the condition is called a state of diverticulosis. And when a fecal matter or a food particle is trapped on it, it may trigger an inflammatory condition, and we now call that as diverticulitis. Nganong ma-inflame man siya, sir? Just imagine a food particle stays inside that packet for 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, pagkaon ha, na-trap diha sa sulod, di ba madugta? Di ba? We expect it to rot. Wala man siguro freezer din na sa sulod. Wala man siguro din na microwave din na sa sulod. Malata gina siya, madugta gina siya, that will trigger an inflammatory process, hence it becomes a diverticulitis. Kung imo gyud siyang subton class, no, ang diverticulosis and diverticulitis affects the large intestine, commonly the sigmoid colon, because ang pressure sa sulod sa tubo perting taasa ug sa iyahang kataas, kung naay mataymingan nga weak nga portion of the bowel, kato siya nga portion kay mo pouch out siya, mo create siya og sac or mo balloon siya. And that is now what we call as a single diverticulum. But when a person has so many diverticula already, the condition or the sakit is now called diverticulosis. But then again, it causes no symptoms. It is asymptomatic. But at a time comes na ay food particle nga matrap inside it, that is where the inflammatory process comes in. Kinsa man commonly apektado ani class? This commonly puts at risks, or ang risk factors are those who are, number 1, Asians. Isn't that the president is an Asian just like us? Or number two, people who have advanced age. So the older you become, the chances of diverticulitis also increases. Isn't it that the president is already of advanced age? So that's why the risk is present in the president. That's why the president has had it. Now, as we have all understood it, class, ang problema gyud, nagsugod man sa taas nga intraluminal pressure, isn't it? It is the increased intraluminal pressure that causes the ballooning or the sac formation. Kay kung walay mo balloon, wala may mo inflame later on. Kung walay pressure, wala may mo balloon later on. So ang problema gyud, ang ugat gyud sa problema is the increase in intraluminal pressure. Question, what are these situations that could have led to an increase in intraluminal pressure? Number one, klaro din ha class ang constipation. Constipation is the number one factor that could cause an increase in intraluminal pressure. Sir, gano man mo taas ang pressure kung constipated ka? Di ba class kung constipated ka, you retain the fecal matter? Daghan kay kagtae diha sa sulod, di perting huota sa sulod? Kung perting huota sa sulod, is the pressure high or low? High. So a constipation or retention of so many fecal matter inside the bowel increases the pressure inside. And that is increased intraluminal pressure. Kay taas mag pressure, burot dayon. O na pagkaon matrap, inflammation dayon. So constipation after all. Number two, low fiber diet. And number three, low fluid intake. Nga naman kung low fiber diet. Nga naman kung low fluid intake. If you have low fiber and low fluid pag will you be able to have regular bowel movement? And if you have low fiber diet and low fluid intake, what will happen to you if you want to pass out the stool? Di ba mas muutong man ka? You tend to strain at stool. Kay humok man ang stool kung naa kay fiber class. Humok man ang stool kung hydrated ka. So conversely, kung why fiber, walay tubig, gahi ang stool. So kung gahi ang stool, what is the tendency? You tend to strain or utong while malibang. And that pag-utong or straining at stool increases the intraluminal pressure. In other words, class, the increased intraluminal pressure is attributable to three main causes. One, constipation. Two, low fiber intake. Three, low fluid intake. Now, a more appropriate question would be, unsa kay gipamati ni Marcos Rono? Di ba? Unsa kay mga sintomas ni President Marcos karon? Class, as I have said, if diverticulosis lang, you are asymptomatic. But the case of the president is already a diverticulitis. So unsa may mga signs and symptoms of a diverticulitis? Number one, the first main sign that there is an inflammation happening inside the bowel is when there is left lower quadrant pain. This is the first sign. Left lower quadrant pain, class. Sir, nganong left lower quadrant pain man? Di ba, class, ang ibabaw is the esophagus and the stomach. Then you have the duodenum. Then you have the colon. The colon is ascending, transverse, descending, sigmoid. My question is, if this is right side and this is left side, where is the pain? If the sigmoid colon is affected, where is the pain? Right or left? Left. Is it upper or lower? Mao nang left lower quadrant. Taman diri dapita ang sakit. So the symptom is left lower quadrant pain. When you experience pain at the left lower quadrant region, entertain that this could be a case of diverticulitis. Not even diverticulosis, because as I have repeatedly mentioned, diverticulosis is asymptomatic. Number two, aside from the pain, you may experience fever and chills. Why would one have fever? Because there is an inflammatory condition. Remember, class, that raising the body's temperature or increasing the body's temperature is the body's attempt to cook or kill a bacteria causing the inflammation. Kung naay kagaw nga ni-detect sa imuhang lawas, the body will try to get rid of it by increasing our temperature because heat is always unfavorable to bacteria. So kung naay kagaw, dapat magpainit ko sa lawas para mamatay ang kagaw. But for me to have fever, I have to increase my metabolism. And one way of causing metabolism to happen is through shivering. And what's the other way or word for shivering? Isn't it chills? That's why fevers and chills go hand in hand. Number 3, you will experience nausea and vomiting. The brain was able to interpret that something is irritating inside the bowel. The brain has been able to recognize that something is wrong in the bowel. Mura magyud na ay di mao nga naa sa bowel. What should I do? Ni ana ang brain. Naamang irritant sa bowel. Mo ana ang brain. Uy, naaman di irritant tinas imuhang GIT. Isuka na. Sige, isuka na. And that's where nausea and vomiting comes in. Meaning to say, nausea and vomiting is the body's attempt, no, in trying to get rid of the irritants that are present in the bowel. That's why you have nausea and vomiting. Number 4, you have an increase in WBCs, and you call that as leukocytosis. Nga nung taas man ang WBC? Because there is infection or inflammation. Okay? And of course, you will have diarrhea and constipation. Okay? So nganong naamay diarrhea, nganong naamay constipation basta naa kay diverticulitis? Well, that's common sense. Nganong naamang kay constipation? Let's lahi ang diarrhea, lahi ang constipation. Sige, unahon na to. Nganong mag-constipation man ka basta naa kay diverticulitis? Common sense dictates that itis is an inflammation. Sa Bisaya pa, ang inflammation kay naay pagpanghubag. Kung naay pagpanghubag, akong pangutan na makaagi ang tayog tarong. So there seems like an obstruction causing constipation. Okay? So the obstruction attributable to paghubag or inflammation could obstruct the flow of fecal matter causing constipation. Nganong naamay diarrhea, sir? The diarrhea there makes the stools watery. Nga naman, di ba naakay inflammatory condition there is a sigmoid colon? And what does inflammation results in? Di ba it results in water to rush to that area? Kung nihubag ang imuhang naong kay ang imuhang lagos infected or imong bag-ang infected, nihubag ang imuhang aping. Nganong nihubag man na? There's fluid accumulation there because there is always a fluid accumulation in any inflammation. Okay? Now, is there an inflammation in the large intestine? Yes. So water comes in now. As a result, it mixes with stool. That's why stools become watery, appearing to be diarrhea. Now the question is, seryoso gining diverticulitis yan? Well, kung kanaray mong symptoms, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, gilantan lang, suka lang, diarrhea, constipation, sakit sa imuhang left lower, o kanilang siya, I do not think this is something serious. The problem is when it becomes complicated, dinha na kuyaw. Okay? So to know whether seryoso ba ang sakit sa president is to ask, are there complications? Because if there are complications, it must be something serious that even requires surgery. Kung kanilang wala pa man ni surgery class, tambalan naman ni antibiotics si 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tambalan naman ni biogesic. Kunya, ma-incapacitated di ka kung gilantan lang ka. Kana hinoon, kung complicated na siya kay operahan na ka, ibutang na kag anesthesia. Diba? When you are under anesthesia, you're totally out of this world. So you are temporarily incapable of making decisions. Diba? So, what are the complications here that would require surgery this time? Number 1, this is when you have abscess formation. Kung sa manang abscess, as simple nga terms, nagnana. Okay? Unsa din ang nagnana, sir? Ang kagaw gani class kung makagawas, instead of mukatag, the body will have to contain it in the form of pus. So mas magpasalamat ang ninana siya kaysa nikatag siya as sepsis. Because kanang pagnana is the body's attempt to contain a bacteria or an inflammatory response. Okay? Unya kay daghan man kay sila didtong usa dito nagkatag man sila. So nana unsa tawag ana abscess formation. So kung naanay pagnana kani may challenging class. Because kung naay pagnana di man gud na maayo sa antibiotic lang kung nanay pagnana. You have to drain it first before you treat it with antibiotics because the antibiotics cannot penetrate the bacteria when they are inside the nana. Mura gani siya bunker nga bisag imong bombahan di siya maunsa kay safe siya sa ilawom. Mao pud ng mga kagaw. Kung nasa sulod sa nana, di gid na maigo og antibiotics. That's why kung moadto na mo mga OR, moadto na mo mga ER or even OPD, makakita mo procedure incision and drainage. Unsa man ang incision and drainage sir? Naay samad nga nagnana. So atong gision para mahabwa, madrain nimo ang pagnana before nimo matambalan og antibiotic. So kani siya ang buhaton ni class ablihon ang pasyente, tan-awon asa toy mga nana, tos dikon to tanang nana, busluton to tanang nana before nimo tambalan og antibiotics. Because even the most expensive antibiotics cannot kill a bacteria if the bacteria is shielded by the nana or pus formation or the abscess in the case of diverticulitis. So complication number 1, naa kay abscess or pagnana, no? Daghan kayong mga nana. Number 2, whenever this diverticulitis comes in contact with a separate organ, they attempt to fuse as a single portion or a single organ. Meaning, kaning imuhang tinai, kung naani siya diverticulitis dire, na natapad is imong bladder, asumpay na imong bladder o kang imuhang bowel. You call that connection as fistula. Okay? So, kinahanglan gid siya operahan, aron buwagon siya. When fistula happens, anesthesia ka, ablihon, atong buwagon. Anesthesia gihapon. Or, it could lead to pinakakuyaw class kay kung mubuto ni siya, no? Kung mubuto ang imong diverticulitis or mo-rupture siya, or we call it perforation, mabuslot siya, 2 things may happen. What are these? Number 1, pwedeng magdugo, hemorrhage. Okay? Nabuslot ko di mong tinai. Di magdugo jud ka sa sulod. And how would you know that there is bleeding inside the abdomen or peritoneum? Di ba na kay bluish discoloration in the periumbilical region? And you call that as your Cullen's sign. Okay? Aside from hemorrhage, whenever it ruptures, the rupture of the diverticulitis could also lead to peritonitis. Nganong mag-peritonitis man class? Aklaro ana, inikabuslot sa imong tinai, makagawas ang tae. And the tae can spread all over the peritoneum, causing peritonitis, inflammation of the peritoneum. And you would know that there is inflammation of the peritoneum because you would see that in the form of rigid abdomen or board-like abdomen. Gahi kay imuhang tiyan. Murag simento ang imuhang tiyan. Okay? Basta murag simento ang imuhang tiyan, that indicates inflammation of the peritoneum. And you call that as peritonitis, which is a complication of diverticulitis whenever it ruptures or perforates. So how would we know, class? How would we know or how would we diagnose diverticulitis or diverticulosis? There are 2 accepted means, class, to diagnose it. Number 1, colonoscopy. Colonoscopy or visualization of the colon. Meaning, mag-insert ta og tubo nga flexible, ipaslak sa lubot, nga ang tumoy atong tubuhan nato'y kamera, nato'y suga. So pagpaslak sa tubo, magsige ra tagtanaw sa TV, makita nimo kung say porma sa sulod, na say flashlight. So makita nimo siya kung say mga porma dito sa sulod. That's colonoscopy. Or a CT scan. Okay, a CT scan is like an X-ray but more high-tech than X-ray, which gives us a clearer picture than the plain X-ray. Now, and in the CT scan, we use contrast medium. Okay, mura siya dye class. And because it uses dye, we must make sure that the patient's kidneys are functioning well. Otherwise, we cannot excrete the contrast medium if the kidneys are damaged. Or the contrast medium could even be more nephrotoxic that could damage the kidneys. So, ibawal ang CT scan with a contrast medium if the patient has allergies, if the patient has poor kidney functions, bawal na siya. But this is one thing you must remember. Di ba sa diverticulitis na ay paghubag nga inflamed? And once inflamed na siya, class, dali ra kay na siyang rupture. And because it easily ruptures, that's the reason why if diverticulitis gani, you do not do colonoscopy. Instead, we use CT scan. Again, kung naa kay diverticulitis, unya gipaskan nimo dito kamera, pagpaslak nimo sa kamera, oy natusdikan nimo ditong diverticulitis, di buto o the hemorrhage and peritonitis na resulta. Ba? So to avoid that, we do not do colonoscopy when there is inflammation. Instead, we use CT scan. Say for example, in the case of Bongbong Marcos, what would have been his mode to diagnose his condition? Colonoscopy or CT scan? So you use your CT scan. Okay? Why? Because a colonoscopy could trigger some ruptures of the diverticulitis. And finally, class, let's go to the management. Take note that the management for diverticulosis and diverticulitis is different because in diverticulosis, there are no symptoms at all. You know that. Ba? Our goal in diverticulosis, class, is to prevent furtherance of the condition. Our goal is to prevent the person to have more and more diverticulosis. So it's more of preventive. So how do we prevent diverticulosis now? We prevent it by increasing fiber, increasing fluid, and avoiding constipation. Increase fiber, increase fluid, and avoid constipation. If at all, you may need to use laxatives, pampatae. Okay? And you may need to speed up or increase your physical activity. Nga naman, physical activity or being physically active, no, improves the peristaltic movement of the bowel, which facilitates, no, prevention of constipation. And my question is, would you need antibiotics here in diverticulosis? Would you need antibiotics? No antibiotics because there's no inflammation. OCs naman. Would you need surgery here? You do not need surgery also. No antibiotics, no surgery needed. How about in the case of itis? For itis, class, since the bowel is hubag, okay? The bowel is hubag. Let's give it time to rest and heal. Okay? Ayaw sa siya patrabahua. Papahuwaya sa na imong bowel. So we call that as bowel rest. And how do you do bowel rest? You avoid giving foods. Nothing per orem. Kung nakabantay mo ang presidente ron ni daot ng luspad, nga naman, bawal man siya pakanon. Ang pwede rin niyang matulon are clear fluids or sabaw. So kanang sabaw ra iyang pwedeng makaon para na walay trabaho ang iyahang large intestine para makapahuway, para muhil ang iyahang large intestine. So ang pwede niya sabaw rasa. Okay? So you call that class as bowel rest. Number 2, would you need antibiotics here? Is there inflammation? Oh, so you need antibiotics. And would you need surgery here? No, there is no need for surgery. Okay? Because the surgery is only required whenever there is complication. So in general, diverticulosis and diverticulitis do not require surgery. Surgery is required whenever it is complicated. Complications like number 1, abscess formation because we will do incision and drainage. Number 2, fistula. Atong buwagon ang duha ka nagpilit nga organs. It is the diverticulitis with another pelvic organ. Example, bladder, uterus, fallopian tube. Pwede mo pilit din ha. Or number 3, kung nabuslot na, we call it perforation or rupture because it could lead to 2 things. 1, hemorrhage, or number 2, peritonitis. You know there is hemorrhage because there will be a bluish discoloration known as your, and you know there's peritonitis because the patient will have rigidity or abdomen which is board-like. Okay? And that ends our discussion on diverticulosis and diverticulitis. Thank you for watching.